Welcome back, y'all. One of the most painful items that I've seen folks go through is kidney stones. I remember I was at a seminar one time where the medical director for the state of Tennessee was there, and we were having a meeting with all healthcare folks around the state. And I remember she said it was a lady, and she said, "I love it when men get kidney stones because they can finally understand something like what we go through in childbirth." Well, kidney stones are very, very painful. And the question is, can you prevent them or can you do something when they come on that can get rid of them very rapidly? Well, let's take a look at that. The first item is let's look at the causes. The causes of stones. The first thing you want to look at is the diet. You want a diet that's that can be the causes can be from a diet that's low in nutrients, electrolytes, antioxidants. It's got a mix of carbs. It doesn't have healthy fats. It doesn't have the appropriate amounts of protein, and so it's a what we call the standard American diet, not a healthy diet. A very salty or high protein diet above one's actual protein needs, or about 30% of the diet, can result in a increase in the ammonia in the urine. Elevation in ammonia can make you more prone to the kidney stones. Sugary foods can cause it, unsprouted grains, refined grains. And we y'all don't have the problem in Europe that we have in the problem in America where our wheat has 42 chromosomes. Y'all's is either 14, 16 chromosomes, and we've super hybridized it in America, and we're getting a lot of inflammatory issues, a lot of health issues because of the wheat that's in America. Plus, this weekend, after tomorrow, I'll be flying up to Minnesota. And last year when I was in Minnesota, I saw this grain growing out in the field, and I walked out there and took a look at it because I grew up on a farm and I enjoy farming. And I went out there and I asked one of these fellows, I said, "What's that growing out there?" And he said, "It's wheat." It was like a foot tall or short. And then they were getting ready. These airplanes were flying over and they were spraying Roundup, which I don't believe y'all have. I know in the EU, y'all don't have it. And Roundup is poison, and they spray it on the wheat to get more yield per acre. So we're doing two things to our wheat in America. One is we're super hybridizing it. And it's got 42 chromosomes instead of the 14 or 16 chromosomes. And then we spray it with Roundup. And that's causing a lot of health problems. And so where you're eating those grains that are not, you're a whole lot better off. Another item that I'll jump in and mention is water. You want water when you're looking at kidney stones. You want a water that is a soft water, not a hard water. And so a lot of our waters coming out of wells can be hard water. And so we have to put a water softener on it or buy water that isn't as hard. It doesn't have all those minerals in it that can cause the problems with kidney stones. The causes again, foods high in oxalic acids, rhubarb, tomatoes, collards, eggplants, beets, and celery. Those foods are higher in oxalic acid. Other foods also high in oxalic acid, summer squash, grapefruit or grapefruit juice, sweet potatoes, peanuts, almonds, blueberries, blackberries. And you're going to say, "Wait, Walt, what am I supposed to eat? That's all good food." Well, for the person who has a propensity for kidney stones, just be careful here. And there's some things I recommend at the end that can help you where you don't have to worry about these foods as much. Um, Parsley, and then we've got processed meats and cold cuts. There's no question, meat is a problem. And people who eat processed meats or cold cuts, they're going to be more to what? Kidney stones. Foods high in zinc, pumpkin seed, cashews, spinach. Well, pumpkin seeds are good for us. Cashews, somewhat. Cashews, HDL, be careful with your cashews. It's not a nut, it's actually a fruit. And cashews have a low PS ratio, and it's not a very healthy fat. Spinach is good. So when you look at your foods, if you're more prone to kidney stones, be careful with these foods. But there's some things that we can do on an herb standpoint that can help you out here. We'll talk about in a minute. Too much vitamin C. Vitamin C is very good for us, but a person who is taking a lot of vitamin C can come up with kidney stones. So when we're working with a person with cancer, If we're working with a person who has AIDS, or a person who has hepatitis, we're giving high doses of vitamin C to bowel tolerance. If we do that for long periods, we've got to monitor for kidney stones, because kidney stones can come up if that person's consuming tremendous amounts of vitamin C. Now, I'm talking like 20, well, say 2, 3, 4, 5 grams of vitamin C a day. I have a lady that I work with that has cancer. She's taking 5 grams of protein, 5 grams of vitamin C a day, and it does not give her a loose stool at all. That's because she's so sick. As a person gets healthier, their bowel tolerance is less, and they have to keep cutting back. But she is so sick that she needs that 5 grams. Caffeine and alcohol can also cause kidney stones. Caffeine and alcohol aren't good for us anyway. Um, you want to be careful with the caffeine and the alcohol. It's best just to plumb do away with them. Stay hydrated. That is so huge. A lot of folks that do get the kidney stones, we find that they're not drinking adequate water. And there's several things you want to look at the water. Are they drinking enough volume of water? If they're let's say if they're I'm going to use in US terms here. A 5-year-old needs 4 water bottles a day, which is 4 half liters. And over 128 pounds, it's body weight divided by 2, that many ounces of water a day for us. But it's not just that amount of water. If you're out, like I'm a fireman, and if I'm out fighting wildland fires or structure fires, I need more water because I'm more prone to get dehydrated in that. If you're out a farmer, if you're out working in your garden, or you're athletic type things, you need even more water because you're more prone to the dehydration. But then it's not how much water you take a day, but how you're drinking that water. Are you drinking that water where you're just taking that sip of water 3 to 4 times every half hour? And you're going to get very good saturation that way. It's kind of like taking a 5 gallon bucket and pouring on a tomato plant. It's going to run all over the place. Or you can use a soaker hose where it fills, it gives the plant the water slowly. And so you want to stay hydrated, drink the right amount of water for your weight and what your activity is. And the other is just take a sip of water, a mouthful of water, 3 to 4 times every half hour, except around meal times. That makes you stay hydrated. You're a lot more prone to get kidney stones when you're dehydrated. I also remember an old doc years ago told me, he said, "Well, first thing I look for in kidney stones is people who are drinking dark soft drinks, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper. Those dark drinks," he found, makes a person a lot more prone to kidney stones. And then a natural remedy for kidney stones is eat a nutrition dense diet. A nutrition dense diet. Remember, we saw one of the causes is a diet that didn't have much nutrition in it. Well, here it needs to be nutrition dense. And how do you get a nutrition dense diet? That's a whole food, plant based diet with variety. So, plant based. Fruit Loops are plant based, Oreos are plant based, but they're not whole foods. That's the problem. So you want a plant-based diet, but it's all whole food, not refined sugars and refined grains. But the other thing is you want a variety. So you have a huge variety of nutrients coming into the body, not just same old like dog food. Whole food plant-based diet with variety provides proper nutrition. It helps with the pH in the body so you don't have too much acid. You want fresh fruits and vegetables. Fresh fruits and vegetables are the best foods to keep the kidney stones away. You want fresh foods that promote healthy kidney function, such as bananas, green leafy vegetables of all kinds, fresh squeezed veggie juice, sprouted legumes, sprouted grains, vitamin E rich foods such as berries and olive oil and almonds. Oh, your bread is a very good source of vitamin E. Y'all's bread, not ours, but y'all's bread is, where you have that 14, 16 chromosomes. That European bread is a great source for vitamin E, as long as it's not processed white breads. Avocados are good, and butternut squash. Then there's foods that are like alkaline foods. You want foods that are alkaline, and that will help in the prevention of the kidney stones. Magnesium and potassium rich foods. Magnesium and potassium rich foods. Green leafy vegetables. If you want to get your magnesium and potassium, green leafy foods are a great source to get that. Cruciferous vegetables are good. Melons, bananas, green leafy vegetables of all kinds, as we talked, blackstrap molasses, coconut water. Blackstrap molasses, I don't know if y'all have blackstrap molasses over there, but blackstrap molasses is really, really good for having the potassium, the magnesium. Coconut water is another real good source of potassium. The other one is you want regular exercise. Exercise is really important to keep the body working well, and you're less prone to get kidney stones when you exercise regularly. And to exercise, you want to exercise 3 to 4 times, better 4 times a day instead of just once a day. And that will help your body to be less prone to the kidney stones. If you have a kidney stone, you can put a castor oil pack on it or a hot compress or far infrared. Mary Lou got a kidney stone several years, maybe it was last year. And oh, she was in such pain. She woke up about 3 in the morning, and about 5 o'clock, she says, "Take me to work." And I said, "You can't work today. You can't even move." She says, "I need the far infrared light." So I picked her up, carried her downstairs, put her in the car, drove off the mountain, came into town, brought her into the office, and she was in front of that sauna for that whole day, through the night, and the next day, because it was just significant in helping in dealing with the pain. And then we started using some herbs, but from the pain standpoint, the far infrared sauna was a tremendous tool. Supplements, probably my favorite is hydrangea root. Hydrangea root. Hydrangea root will dissolve the kidney stone. Gravel root will dissolve the kidney stone. There's a product out there called Stone Free. I don't know if I have it here. I may have it. Here it is. It's called Stone Free. It's by I don't know if you can get this over there, Planetary Herbals. It's a great product for prevention of gallstone. I mean kidney stones for people who are more prone to them. They'll take say 2 a day, and it makes them much less prone to get the kidney stones, such as what we were talking about there earlier. So you can eat those good foods. If a person has a kidney stone, they're going to take 5 of these a day, 3 and then 2, and between meals, it works extremely well in dissolving those kidney stones. Now, when you also during the day, when you're drinking a lot of water with kidney stones, you want to put lemon juice in there. Lemon juice also helps with getting rid of the kidney stone. Magnesium, you can take extra magnesium supplements, vitamin E, and cranberry extract. Aloe vera juice or gel is also a very good natural remedy for the kidney stone. And the last is essential oils. You've got lemon, you got orange, you got lime, and you have helichrysum. Now, you want to be careful on the essential oils, your lemon, orange, and lime. First of all, don't go when you well, let's go to the next slide and I'll explain. Take citrus oils either internally, that is your lemon, orange, and lime. Take citrus oils either internally, such as adding 2 drops of 100% pure oil to your water twice a day, or by topically combining several drops with a carrier oil like coconut, massaging it over the lower abdominal area twice a day. Well, what happens is if you put it topically on, if it's under your clothes, that's okay. But if you ever put citrus oils, essential oils on your skin, wait a while before going outside because it can affect the skin in the sun. Helichrysum oil should only be used on the skin. It should not be used internally, PO by mouth. And the helichrysum is a very good essential oil. It's expensive, but is an excellent oil out there, but not to be ingested. And the last item is avoid taking calcium supplements or antacids. If you have problems with kidney stones, do not take calcium supplements or antacids. And I've got a book in here. It's called Death by Calcium. And it's a very interesting book, which looks at taking calcium supplementation actually may not be the best thing for us. We actually our body does a lot better taking calcium by supplementation. And yes, we need to do that by most of our foods, but especially calcium. Be careful. You do a whole lot better if you're getting the calcium from your green leafy vegetables, from your nettle tea, instead of from a supplement. Well, y'all, I encourage y'all to eat a healthy diet, drink plenty of water, get your exercise, and avoid those kidney stones. And we'll see you next time.